All right. It says we are live.
We're live!
Are we
Ryan, we're
live?
live! It's
I'm gonna double check
alive!
here over. Oh, hey, yeah, it says it on here too.
Oh, it says it. All right.
All right. Hi.
Hi! Hey! Ryan, hi, Ryan.
Hi.
I can see it.
I can see you too.
Yeah, look. I'm sorry. Don't point that thing at me. It's
Yeah.
gotta.
You
Oh, well.
can do a fist bump. You can do a fist bump
Yeah,
here.
all right. Yeah, all right.
There we go.
Good.
All right.
Wow.
Hello, and welcome to the April Fool's edition of MASH Matters. And here are your April Fools, Jeff Maxwell, Ryan Patrick. Here we are.
Here we are. We're all here, aren't we?
We're all here.
Hey, the
Whether
fools
you
are
like
all
it or
here. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, what I was saying to you earlier, I think what's behind you is wonderful. Look at that. Look at that wonderful scene you have.
And that's nice.
That's
Well,
great.
two things. One, my office is an absolute mess right now. So
I've heard that.
I thought it would be too distracting for people to
Oh.
try to watch and try to figure out all the crap that is in my office right now. Second, I'm pretty sure that this photo was taken by our friend Dan Harrison.
Aha.
I'm pretty sure, who has been a guest on our show and has been a huge supporter of the podcasts.
He has been a wonderful friend of MASH Matters and a wonderful friend of ours.
Yes, we're not paying him to use this, so sorry, Dan.
No. Matter of fact, he has paid us $500 us to put that up on MASH Matters and mention his name.
And if you would like to pay more, if you would like to outbid Dan, we'll put up your photo behind me.
Yes.
As long as it is family friendly, we will put it up behind me.
Yes.
Now, if you want to give us a lot of money, we can forget the whole family friendly thing. We'll put any photo up there. We're not above that.
And the naked Smith family is here today with us.
Again? Man.
Well,
this has been fun, Jeff. Great seeing you.
Okay,
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I guess we should talk to some people.
This is like being on TV, isn't it? Only we're not on TV, but it's like being on TV because our faces are here. So right. I'm watching you. This is so fun instead of just listening to you, which I like doing anyway. I always like listening to you. But now it's fun to see the person that I'm talking to.
See that? So a little behind the scenes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When Jeff and I record the podcast, we don't see one another. We only hear one another. Mm-hmm. So we don't
even though we're in that same room.
We put up a divider. We put up a big curtain. It's part of the lawsuit. We can't go into details, but yes, we can't look at each other when we're doing the podcast. But yeah, we just listen. So this is the first time we've seen one another in a while.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were about to explain why we don't see each other, and I made.
We it's just the audio software that we use is more focused on audio than video.
Yes, and you're in Illinois, and I'm in California.
Well, there was that. Yes, there's that too. Yeah, so. The first 10 episodes or so, we were flying back and forth, and I thought, this is getting a little too pricey. I was racking up a lot of air miles though, so that was nice.
Anyway. I did like standing in the TSA lines though. That was kind of fun. Just a joke.
Okay. All right. We're not going to get political today.
No. As a matter of fact, I have decided that. We have been doing this for how many years? How many days? This is
8. We've been doing this for a little over 8 years.
18 years. So we have done a lot of things. We've said a lot of things about MASH. We've talked to a lot of people about MASH. We've said that we told the history. We've had MASH cast members on. We've had the cast, the writers, producers, and all kinds of stuff. But today, in honor of us doing this today, I am going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell everything anybody wants to know behind the scenes, the dirt, the clumpy dirt that was MASH. for 11 years. You asked a question. You want to know dirt. Ask me dirt. I will tell you the truth instead of lying to your faces, to your ears, like I've been doing all these months, weeks.
Wow.
So I'm just telling you, Ryan, it's time for me to come clean. I'm going to tell the truth.
The non-disclosure agreement finally expired, huh? Is that it?
Yep. So
okay,
there you go, Mash.
Right.
Mash.
Cheers.
See,
yeah,
Mash matter. You have that thing.
I have.
See my sign.
Mash. It says Mash on it, but I can't.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Well, you're mashed to the hilt. Look at my mash, so you can see my mash matters. Isn't that fun? I love that. Love that thing.
I have mine, but it's back there in the mess, so you can't see it.
We should go back to your room and just walk us through the junk. Walk us through the mess. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So okay, so let's we've got a lot of people who are commenting and saying hello and hello everybody. We are going to try to pick out a few of these questions and comments and put them up here. First, here we go. The 2 best and most relevant podcasters of this decade.
Who's that?
Now, they didn't say who those 2 were, but I'd love to meet them. I would love to meet them. Yeah.
Just email us the names.
Yeah.
We'd like to. Look, there are names.
Yeah, our names are right there. Faces for broadcast television, the same person. I mean, it's like this. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, that's it. We're done, right?
No, we're gonna get. No, here we go. Here we go. So we have a question for you. Hi, love the podcast. Question for Jeff: what was your favorite dish or meal to serve on MASH? I don't think we've ever gotten this question before. Favorite to serve.
The most favorite dish of Jeff Maxwell, Private Igor Struminski, to serve was mashed potatoes. And you could see that on the cover of my book, Secrets of the MASHness, The Lost Recipes of Private Igor, written by me, Jeff Maxwell, available on Amazon. Because it went when I did that. So I could stick that spoon in there and pick it up. And whoever it was, I could just go and it would make that noise and it would splat right on the metal tin thing. So that was fun to do. And I used to do that to people, whether or not they were going to get the food or not. So people just standing before we said action, I would splat that stuff at people, on people, just as a humorous thing. They did not like it. They didn't share my humor, but I did. I thought it was cute.
Well, that's comedy. That flop.
You know comedy. You're right. Right. That was comedy. Yes.
That was comedy.
The flying of the white stuff and the splat noise. That's comedy. That splat noise. Now we're talking.
So
thank you for that question.
Yeah, we've got more questions here. We know that you were Alan Alda's stand-in throughout at least the earlier seasons of MASH. But this question is, did you ever stand in for Alan Alda in the shower?
I stood in the shower with Alan Alda. So he and I got very close, extremely close, because
this is that dirt that you were telling us, right?
We're talking dirt. There's Alan, stark naked as a bunny rabbit. I get in there. I'm not going to get in there with clothes on because it's going to embarrass him and make him feel stupid. So I rip my clothes up, and there we are standing, butt naked right in that shower. You've never seen those scenes. They cut them out.
Well, they were too hot for prime time.
Darn straight.
They were too spicy.
Spicy went on constantly on that set. Again, I'm here to tell it all. So Alan and I in there constantly. Whenever we got a chance, he loved it. I mean, frankly, I got a little tired of it, but Jeff, come on, we're going to get in the shower. All right, Alan.
Come on, Jeff. I need to shower. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. So yes.
All right. So let's see here. I'm going to just pick a few here. One is, Jeff, you once said that you were given advance notice when you would be needed for an episode. Did you ever have a scheduling conflict that you couldn't get out of, or did MASH have first dibs?
Well, many years ago, when I was a small boy, Rocky Mountains. Let's see. Did I? Well, there was once that there was a scheduling conflict, but no, MASH always had the priority. I was sort of, obligated in certain ways, because if I didn't show up, they would not hire me again or pay me. So I was obligated under philosophical, economic reasons for that moment. So when I did other shows, which I did, certainly and many, many, many other shows, pilots and whatnot. Well, the pilots were nice, but anyway, those came first, but MASH let me work around that if that happened. So
That's
no,
good.
there wasn't anything that went like that. I was able to make MASH a priority, which it was. I mean, it really was for me, certainly.
Good. Okay. Sorry. So I forgot how hard it is to try to do one of these things and read questions at the same time.
Yeah. Well, okay. Put them up. I'll read one. If you put it up there, you don't
well,
have
I
to
mean, I'm just kind of like pre-screening some of these.
I see.
Let me take that. Let me.
Oh yeah, you got the pre-screen. Look at you.
So hello, we are Gina, and Mark. We 10 and 12. Our question is in the episode Adam's ribs. Why couldn't Hawkeye eat the ribs after the operation? Thank you. Well, that's a great question. The whole thing with Adam's ribs is they're about to eat. Igor's cooked them, whatever. They bring them out. You bring them out.
Yeah.
About to dive in, and there's wounded, and they flee, and everybody's sad. But it's a good point. Why couldn't they just go back and? I mean, it's not like you go to surgery, everything expires. You go back and you eat afterwards. My guess is that somebody probably came in and took it and absconded with the ribs while they were in surgery. That's my theory. But you have thoughts on this?
I do. I think it's a good question. Like you said, it is a good question. Why couldn't they just? I mean, the ribs were there. Mm-hmm. They were cooked, like you say. They're ready to go. Mm-hmm. They do the surgery and they go back and they eat the ribs. And they got like 600 pounds of ribs too. Sometimes they didn't just get one rack.
They got a lot of ribs.
They got a lot of ribs. So it wasn't like, oh, they're gone. We can never eat ribs again. I think in terms of exposing the dirt, the underbelly, I think she has exposed the rot behind MASH, the mistake, the terrible mistake the writers made and the producers made. They just let that fly. And you, Jenna, Gina, and Mark, who are 10 and 12, you caught it. You are the people who should have been producing MASH, because you wouldn't have let that stupid thing happen like that.
I mean, they weren't around when MASH was on, if they're 10 and 12.
Oh, yeah. Well, never mind what I said then.
Okay. And this is from our friend Gabrielle. In the episode Blood Brothers, Igor comes out of the officer's club very drunk. He starts recounting a joke and falls backwards. How did you do that without hurting yourself? Because so that was shot on stage 9. That scene.
It was.
And we see you fall flat out. It's not like you're falling onto a cushion or a little padded mattress or anything. You are falling flat on the floor of stage 9. So how did you do that without hurting yourself, or did you hurt yourself doing that?
I was 12 weeks in traction in a local hospital. Right after that, the ambulances came, took me. This is one of those actor moments. And exposing the dirt. Well, this isn't really dirt. Well, there was dirt on the floor. But when I realized that was what I was going to do, and nobody said that's what you're going to do. I said, here we are. I'm really drunk. I'm going for it. I'm going down, folks. And so the actor head goes, well, I'm going to commit myself. I'm going to commit to this moment. and this is a real thing. I'm going to not hesitate. I'm just going to be there with the moment, and I'm going to commit all of my senses and all of my physicality to it. And so when I did the scene, I came out of there and I was, suddenly I stopped moving. I walked out. You probably would like me to stop talking too, but no. So I walked out, did the scene. Hey, and I decided to go back and just hit the pavement. I went flat out. I went for it. I wanted to be sprawled out on the floor because I thought that would be kind of the most funny thing I could do.
And you were right.
It worked. The joke worked. I hit the ground perfectly.
Yeah.
I was sprawled perfectly, and it just, the moment worked. And thank goodness we didn't have to do it 4 more times.
Right. Yeah, that's the other question is, did you have,
no
30 takes of that?
No, nobody said, "Oh, we dropped the thing. We got to." No, it worked perfectly, and it was one of the funnest moments I had in the 9 years, because you don't get a moment like that all the time when something just goes perfectly, and a physical joke, which I've loved all my life, worked as well as it did. So it was fun. That was a fun thing to do. So
Good.
I did not hurt myself. I got up and brushed myself off and went to the toilet.
Christopher says, since we're being honest, it's always bothered me that Klinger's Mud Hens hat was really a Texas Rangers hat. And it's true. You would think. So the one that has the T on it, Klinger wears, is supposed to be Toledo Mud Hen, but it's actually a Texas Rangers hat. And I'm really surprised by that, especially with Jamie wearing it, because Jamie would know the difference between the Mud Hens hat and a Texas Rangers hat. So why didn't Jamie say something? Or I don't know. That seems really strange to me that got through.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the first time I've heard anything like that.
Yeah.
My goodness, these people are on the ball.
I tell you, right?
Jenna and Mark had the thing, and that MASH was a mess. Come on, folks. Let's be honest. These people had no idea what they were doing. God.
All right. Let's get away from the MASH bashing for a moment. This is from our friend Megan. Hi, friends. If you were the host of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, who would you want to be your guest, and what car would you pick for them? Well, first of all, I don't drink coffee. So it would have to be, podcasters in cars getting pizza or something like that. But
hey.
So she didn't say.
Let's pitch it to Fox.
Okay, all right.
I like
I don't. She didn't say living or dead. So I'm gonna take my liberties with this, and I would say that if I could host, if anybody could be my guest, anybody, it would be Jack Benny. And I would, of course, have to pick him up in a Maxwell, his old Maxwell car, to take him out for lunch. And of course, I would have to buy. So that would be my answer, I think.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, Jack Benny. That would be wonderful. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Benny. If you youngsters out there don't know who Jack Benny is, you get to Googling.
Yeah, you get to AI him or something. Yeah, that would be a wonderful thing to spend the time with Jack Benny, wouldn't it? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I probably, let's see, what car would I pick? I would pick a Jaguar XKE. And I don't think they make them anymore.
Okay.
But I would like to hang out and drive around with Jerry Lewis. And so Jerry Lewis had a Jaguar XKE. So it would be fun. I could pick him up. Hey, Jerry, get in the car. Okay, Jeff. We'd get in the Jaguar XKE and we'd roar off and have had coffee. I drink coffee. So we would have, that'd be fun. Yeah. Great question. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
So Jack, and then we'd hook up with Ryan and we'd all be with Jack Benny and Jerry and we'd all have a great time.
We'd have a great time.
Yeah.
Great time. Let's see here. Tom says, when we are hearing the PA announcements on the show, what were the actors hearing? Sorry if this has been asked before. So I know that like Sal Viscuso and the other gentleman, Todd Sussman, who did the announcements. They would record those announcements, so they weren't being their voices weren't being heard. But was anybody's voice being heard during that time?
No.
Okay.
No. If there was an announcement that somebody had to hear, it would have been probably the script supervisor who would have read the announcement. Loud. Yeah.
Because you would have to have it for timing on some of those things, right?
Yeah. If there was any, I mean, most of that stuff was just because people were walking around and there were long shots of the
right. The one.
Yeah. So if anybody had to hear it, it would have been probably the script supervisor, because he or she is reading it, reading everything as they're saying it. So she would have read it, or maybe script supervisor.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Go with script.
We've had answers to like all of the questions so far. I don't want to pat myself on the back for that necessarily, but we're kind of on a streak here. Of course, I'm picking answers that I think we have the answer, or questions we have the answers to. So,
have we cheated? Did somebody send us the answers and we're just
you're reading them exactly as we wrote them? Very nice.
Are we going down for fraud?
Ryan, you've had the opportunity to meet and chat with many different cast members, but with whom would be the one that you would have most liked to have had the opportunity to chat?
I know the answer to that.
I think you do know the answer to that. It's David Ogden Stiers. Mm-hmm. I wish we could have had the opportunity to talk to David Ogden Stiers. Also, Larry Gelbart. Those two would be on my dream list of people who have passed on, who would love to have had the chance to talk to. I don't know how, we've been so lucky to have so many people on our podcast associated with the show. But I also know that David was a very private person and also didn't really talk about MASH that much. So I don't know if he would have come on the podcast if he were still around. I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have. Yeah.
He may have been the one we wouldn't have gotten anyway. So, but Larry would have. I think Larry would have in a heartbeat.
Larry would definitely have come on. He would have enjoyed it, and we would have all loved Larry to say things, because everything he said was genius-like. So, which was really irritating when you talk to him. Oh, stop being a genius just for a minute.
Could you come down to us mere mortals for a moment?
Just have small brains, and we not like you. Pardon me. David Ogden Stiers used to come into the studio. Sometimes he would skateboard in, which was interesting.
That's wild to me.
Skateboard, isn't that funny? Let me ask you a question. What was it about David's performances? What was it that just kind of got you?
I've just always had an affinity for actors who can play characters who on the page are unlikable and make them likable.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And David did that. I mean, Charles Winchester III is not somebody you would want to hang out with necessarily. But he brought a humanity to that pompous, cocky character that worked. And it's that humanity that we never saw with Frank Burns, except, a flash once or twice. And that's not saying that Larry Gelbart wasn't a good actor. I'm just saying that
Larry Linville.
Larry Linville. Who'd I say?
Larry Gelbart.
Oh,
Larry Gelbart stunk as an actor.
He probably wasn't a good actor either. No, Larry Linville. Thank you. Yes. But yeah, David just had something. There was something about David's portrayal of that character that just really always stuck with me. So
that's a great point, that he was able to take that nasty character off the page and make him give him a likability. So there was a likability in that man who we identified with and enjoyed, and he did that so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah.
I'm depressed now. I'm sad. And there was a bit of nastiness about David. I mean, he could display it on you, at you, if it wasn't, if everything wasn't perfect. So you had to walk cautiously around him. So there was that element to him that was real.
Yeah.
But he was able to bring this likability to that awfulness in him. and there was. I mean,
Yeah.
there was some stuff, but yeah.
All right.
He was wonderful in that part.
He was just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah. So Eric has an idea: MASH Jeopardy with Ryan and Will Friedle and Rob Kelly with Jeff as host. It would be a good fundraiser for Loretta Swift's charity. All right, let's do it.
I'm in. Let's go. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
I know
Will Ryan and Will Friedle and Bob Kelly, who I don't know who that is, but anyway.
Rob is the host of MASHcast. He was one of the we had him on the podcast many moons ago, but he's a host of that podcast, and he's a very good podcast.
Great.
And he's very knowledgeable about MASH too. I would also say the MASH historian needs to be in the mix there too. So
yes.
Any one of the the three couldn't make it, I'm sure Eric could jump right in there.
Well, he'd probably win. I mean,
I know that the topic of MASH trivia for fun or charity or something like that has been bandied about between myself and Will Friedle, but we've never really figured out how to make that happen. But
earlier we were speaking of something that I will not reveal. This is very private information between Ryan and myself. But maybe we could explore that idea, and maybe it resonates with what we were talking about earlier, which we won't talk about until it's ready to be talked about.
Okay. Interesting. By the way, it's really strange because my microphone kind of blends in with the background. So when I get in front of it, my face just cuts off.
Oh. Let me see if mine does that. Let's see.
No.
Oh yeah, mine does the same thing. I'll be damned. What's going on here? Is this AI something? Okay. I don't know.
All right. So again from our friend Megan. How much would Private Igor charge to use a recipe of his at an up and coming restaurant called the Vintage Kitchen? Asking for me. So our friend Megan opened a restaurant recently.
Did she really?
Yes, in La Crosse, Wisconsin. So if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, go check out the Vintage Kitchen.
That's exciting. I didn't know that. How wonderful. My gosh, congratulations, Megan. Wow.
So if she were to use one of your recipes,
yes,
would there be a cost involved? Would you get like 5 cents from every plate that they serve? What would you need?
No, it'd be a simple lawsuit. That's what would be included. Just a simple lawsuit. Nothing big. I get to let the lawyers decide. Right. I'm not going to get involved.
Probably end up settling out of court, so it wouldn't have to go to a jury. But
there you go. Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Court settlement. No, certainly the Private Igor would certainly be flattered to have Megan include some kind of reference to Igor's food at your new restaurant called, what's the name of it?
The Vintage Kitchen.
The Vintage Kitchen. Wow. I want to know more about it. And I want to know why you and I, Ryan, weren't flown first class to the opening of the Vintage Kitchen and, paid handsomely for that apparent. That's what
I know. I owe Megan a trip to for me to go to La Crosse because she has actually come down here twice to see some shows that I was involved with. So
ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the dirt. Okay, here we go.
No, I have no dirt. No dirt.
There's no dirt here.
Yeah, I'm clean as a whistle. Jeff, we never saw you in those IBM commercials that so many of the cast members appeared in. Were you ever approached about appearing in them?
No, that's the dirt. No, I was not approached. There you go. That's why agents are important. That's why power and scum is important to have on your side. No, I wasn't. I guess the issue was that that those were the main original cast members. So who needs
Yes.
Private Igor in there?
Except they did.
I know what you're going to say.
They also had Kelly.
Yes, they
Kelly
did.
was in them.
Yeah, they had. I love Kelly. Yeah, I know I wasn't asked to be.
Hey, you asked for dirty questions, so we're getting them.
Actually, wait a minute. I'll take that back. Roll that tape back. I was asked, but I turned them down.
There you
I had
go.
a conflict.
There you go.
There.
All right. Well, I know you and Steve Jobs were really close, so it was probably going to be a weird thing if you were on IBM. It was, yeah, very, very.
And isn't today the 50th anniversary of Mr. Jobs' accomplishments? I think that's the 50th anniversary of Apple. I think.
Is it?
I believe
he started it on April Fool's Day. You should never start anything on April Fool's Day. You should never.
Yeah. Huh.
No matter what because if you put out there, hey, I started a new company, everybody's going to go, yeah, right, sure you did, Steve.
Yeah. That's may have made a mistake there.
In season 5, the bug out episode, was that the actors breaking down the camp or production dressed as army personnel doing it? So whenever you had a bug out scene, there would be these shots of everybody in camp tearing down so
yeah.
I don't recall seeing any of the actors doing that. I don't know who was doing that. Do you remember?
The background artists, they would hire people to be in the background as you see them walking back and forth and stuff.
Yeah.
Those people were there, and they did a lot of walking back and forth, and they also did the breaking down stuff. They were all they got all involved, and they were breaking down.
That's a lot of manual labor for background workers, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It truly is. Yes, but they were paid $30. What do they care? Beaten if they didn't do it.
That's right. This isn't a question, but they say
I'm sorry. Yeah, forgive me. I'm sorry, but no, it was no production personnel. It was actually the people who were hired to be there.
I really needed this today. Way too much stress in my life, and this is the only real escape I have. Well, thank you. I hope your day gets better, and your week gets better, and less stressful, because stress is not good. Stress can take a season or a season. What? I think I read the word season just as I was. That's dangerous. I'm trying to read these questions as I'm talking, and I'm just going to say random words.
I like that. Just say random word. This is the Random Word Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Artemis is waiting for your live spot to finish before they launch.
I'm sure that
it's T-minus.
That's on. Minutes. Hey, good seeing you, Ryan.
Well, here, I wonder. I don't know if I can.
Has it launched yet?
Let me see if I can do this.
That thing up?
Do this? I want to see if I can. Hold on.
Can we punch in Artemis?
I'm going to try to punch in Artemis here.
Wow. You are good. Look at this. Wow.
So we don't have to miss the Artemis launch because of the live stream here. So here we go. So we're T-minus 1 minute and 36 seconds right now.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. All right. Well, no, they weren't waiting. No, I guess they're going to go off whether we're talking or not. Huh. Yeah. Imagine that.
Hello, guys from Vermont. Just noticing today how much Ryan looks just like my Uncle Dwayne. Still love the show and love the podcast. Well, yeah. Okay. Your Uncle Dwayne was a handsome fella, wasn't he?
This is one handsome guy with a beard and dressed well with caps and things. Yes. Wow. Uncle Dwayne. Oh, Uncle Dwayne. That's
yeah. Alan directed so many great episodes. Had that feeling on the set. What was the feeling on the set like when one of the other cast members directed an episode? Mike, Harry, David, and Jamie all took turns in the director's chair.
They all hated each other. I mean, Director gets action. I don't want to do it. They would fight, curse, swear, refuse to get up. It was hell, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. It was just the behavior of these supposed adults was stunningly pathetic. Did the rocket?
How do you really feel?
Well, no, nobody cared. They just wanted to get the check and get out of there. Nobody cared. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7.
We have liftoff. We have liftoff.
Oh,
where'd it go? Okay, there it is.
There it goes. Wow, look at that puppy. Wow.
There it goes. Artemis 2.
Holy moly. Oh, my goodness gracious.
To the moon, Artemis.
Yeah. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you are all appreciative of the fact that Ryan Patrick and Jeff Maxwell bring you live the liftoff of Artemis 2. Look at that.
That's impressive.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
That's impressive.
I understand that President Trump is giving a speech tonight. Are we going to bring that live to everybody too, or not?
We are not going to be talking that long.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's going to interrupt one of my favorite shows.
Uh-oh. What show?
My wife and I have watched Survivor from day one.
Oh, yes.
All 50 seasons.
Yes.
And, so that's our Wednesday night thing. And now, right in the middle of it, we're going to get the presidential address.
I don't know. There's something about survival there, but
we're not going to go there.
I'm not going to go there. Look at that thing. Wow.
Isn't that cool? Jeff, you were very funny in the series. You had great facial expressions. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. As a violin player, I always enjoyed that your name was Igor Stravinsky. And if people don't know, there was a very famous violinist named Igor Stravinsky. So there's the play on words there.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm getting mixed up now. What? Who was what?
You were Igor.
I was Stravinsky.
Igor Stravinsky. He was Igor Stravinsky. Sorry.
He was the.
I got him back. I got them backwards. Yes.
Right. He's the
Igor Stravinsky. Igor Stravinsky.
Yeah. Yes. He was the Vinsky. I was the Minsky.
There's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt
idea. Oh, by the way, so okay. So I'm going to let Artemis go here.
Yeah.
Godspeed, Artemis.
Yeah, Godspeed. Yeah, good.
So real quick, let me think here. If I can do this. So we've been doing something fun over on our Facebook page this month. And for those of you who only watch us or follow us on X or Instagram, you probably didn't know about this, but it was going to be really hard to figure out how to get it over all three. But I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. So we've been doing a March MASHness bracket challenge, and we've been narrowing down the field of Potterisms, favorite Potterisms. And we made it to the final four. We are in the final day of the final four. But I'm going to see if I can pull this up here and let you see what, in case you haven't been following along, what you've been missing here. Let's see here. Is it this one? No, not that one. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So here is the finest four.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
We had horse hockey going up against Holy Hemostat yesterday. And then we have today Buffalo Bagels going up against Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat was a Cinderella team that I did not see coming. I did not see Jumpin' Jehoshaphat going to the final four. Buffalo Bagels, the other three don't surprise me. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat surprises me. Now, horse hockey and Holy Hemostat, that was yesterday's battle. Horse hockey destroyed Holy Hemostat.
Really?
Yeah. So horse hockey is going to the finals. And right now, so I can kind of come out of here for a second. You can see that right now that we have No, that's not right. Hold on. That's the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong one. That's the problem. Let me look at today's. Here's today's. So we have today's, and here are the votes right now. Buffalo Bagels is just decimating.
Look at that.
Jehoshaphat.
Boy, it sure is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So it looks like tomorrow on our Facebook page, you will have the chance to vote for your favorite overall Potterism. Will it be Buffalo Bagels or horse hockey? And we will crown a champion tomorrow, at the end of the day tomorrow. So we'll announce the winner on Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yes, Friday. So yeah, but this has been fun. We've had a lot of fun with these. This you can't really see it very well, but this is the bracket. We started with 30, 34 or 32, and then we had our Sweet 16, and then we've narrowed it down. But again, really surprised that Jumpin' Jehoshaphat had so much steam.
I am too. That is interesting. Yeah. What a great idea. Now, who did that? You did that.
I did. Yeah.
What a fun thing.
I wanted to do it for a while. I wanted to do it. I've had this idea for a while, but the last couple of years, I just haven't been able to make it happen. And this time we made it happen. So it was fun. Will we do it again next year? I don't know. I'm not sure what do we narrow down next year?
Let's see. The episodes that Jeff Maxwell was in. It won't take up as much room as
that's true.
This has.
No, some of them will. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Maybe MASH guest stars. maybe I don't know, because you need like 32 of them to begin with.
Oh,
and I don't want to do necessarily episodes either, because out of 220 some odd episodes, picking 32, a little tough.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, that's great job, Brian. That's a bunch of work put in there, and that's a lot of fun.
It was more work than I thought it would be, but it was still it was fun. It was fun.
If I may go back real quick, because I talked silly about directors and things. Every actor that was given the opportunity to direct a show was certainly very happy that they got that opportunity, and other actors were supportive of them. There was some funny tussling going back and forth about it when they, like, around the table read, where everybody sit around and do the table read, and there were jokes made about somebody directing or whatever. But the actual act of getting up and saying cut and action and stuff like that, everybody was extremely respectful and very happy that the other actor was doing it. So I wish I could tell you that they hated each other, and I said that, but you can decide for yourself whether I'm telling the truth or not. And this is April Fool's Day.
So whatever you say, you don't have to be telling the truth.
That's true.
Look, I know you guys said it was difficult to do the video podcast, but can you just make it work? These are great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What the only thing about video is it's warts and all. There's no editing. There's nothing. I mean, I edit the podcast, the audio podcast, and make us sound like we know what we're talking about, which is hard sometimes to do. And I cut a lot of my stuff out, like all the crap I say that never doesn't make any sense. I cut all of that out. So but on here, it's all there. You can't go in and slice it off because it's live. I don't know about that.
Don't say slice it off anymore. Something about that.
Our friend the MASH historian says, I have some of the original IBM brochures and I can Photoshop Jeff into a few.
I like this idea. Great.
Go.
After all these years, finally, I am what's the word? I am Well, good. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, and this IBM, back to the IBM thing for just a moment.
Yeah.
We've had so many people write in over the years asking about the IBM commercials and we've never talked about them really, because I can't really find anything on the background of those commercials. And so MASH historian Eric, if you're still watching, do you have anything? Have you stumbled upon anything? Because maybe we can collaborate on that to put something together. But I would love to do like an oral history of those commercials, but I don't know who was involved. I mean, I know what actors were involved from MASH, but I don't know, the behind the scenes of the actual development of those commercials and who came up with it and all that. I've never been able to find a lot of information on it. So
yeah, I don't know either. I would assume that some genius at IBM went, hey, and maybe they were a big MASH fan. And they went to their boss and said, I got an idea. Listen, if we get the MASH cast, we do this commercial with all of them. They're doing the machine and the computer. And they said, get out of here. We don't have time for that. And he was fired. And then some other guy came in and he did the same thing. And maybe they went, oh, all right already with the MASH thing. Okay. And then the hot shots got together and they called the hot shots at the studio and Fox, or maybe some genius at Fox had some affiliation somewhere with somebody at IBM. And there was, collaboration or collusion or an occlusion that happened to come up.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe somebody knows what they're talking about.
Because I'd like to get more information on those commercials. All right, this is from,
and I'd like to know why they didn't call Jeff Maxwell to be in the commercial.
Exactly. That we got to get to the bottom of this.
The comic relief.
Hello from north of Sweden. Love the podcast. Jeff, did you ever have a chance to ride in a helicopter on set?
Oh gosh, I didn't, but I sure wanted to. Those helicopters. I loved helicopters and I loved flying until once I was taking flying lessons and I almost hit a helicopter, which I decided that it would not be a good idea for me to continue my flying career because that's not good. But yeah, I love those helicopters. I sat in them a couple of times, but I never got to go on a ride. No, I wish I had.
That's a shame.
Fun. Yeah.
Also, it's like 12:47 in Sweden right now. So
12:47 a.m. p.m. a.m.
Go to bed. Why are you waiting up with us? Staying up for us? Come on.
I wish I knew something to say in Sweden. How about meatballs? Meatballs? Is that Swedish?
They are in IKEA. They're in IKEA. So
yeah, IKEA.
Swedish meatballs.
I wish I could. Well, thank you for staying up and watching this. This is wonderful. I would love to come to Sweden. So we should go to Sweden, Ryan, and do a podcast from Sweden.
Okay. Maybe we can take a helicopter there. Kill two birds with one stone, right?
I like it. I like it.
Hi from Jen in New Jersey. Thanks to you both for this wonderful podcast. Since it's April Fool's Day, here's a silly question for Jeff, but Ryan can answer too. Do you prefer corn creamed or on the cob? Now, this is some dirt. This is some dirt right here.
This is dirt, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Did I tell the story that show I was drunk out of my mind when I was on that set? Wait a minute. I wasn't drunk. I was hungover.
Okay, folks, here it is. Because you told me this story off of the air. You've never You've never shared this.
Yeah, here's dirt.
With the masses. Yes, please.
Masses, please. Listen up, masses. I'm talking. I was up that night. We were having a lot of celebration. I celebrated my brains out. I probably had no sleep whatsoever. None. And I was hungover and exhausted and could barely find my way to the studio, which I don't remember. I can't believe I actually did, but I did. And I was just looped. I was so tired and so hungover. And so when I was trying to say, okay, just stand up, Jeff, just don't fall over. Please don't fall over. It'll be so embarrassing. So that wonderful private Igor, when he said, what did he say? He said, next time you can eat it on the cob, or for all I care.
Right.
Boy, I was praying that my mouth would work and I would remember those words and say them. So there you go. So next time you look at that scene, you look at a really hungover guy with zero sleep. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. But did you answer the question? Do you like corn creamed or on the cob?
I don't like corn.
Oh, you don't like corn?
I'm not a big corn eater. No, because creamed corn is a little too rich for me, and on the cob it sticks in here, and you have to pick it out, and it's too much work. Actually,
if I had to choose between the two, I'd take cream corn.
You would?
Personally.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife loves corn on the cob.
Okay.
Loves it. So we have that more often than we have cream corn, but if I had to choose, it would be creamed.
Cream corn. How does she fix the corn to eat it on the cob? Does she grill it or steam it, boil it?
No, we boil it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's what we do.
I mean, I like it. We slather it with butter and put a bunch of salt on it and stuff. Mm-hmm. Boy, it's really good.
But slather anything in butter and put salt on it, and I'm going to eat it probably. And cheese. True. Add cheese to it too. And
I like. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Butter, cheese, and salt. Okay, I'll eat it.
I'll eat a creamed weenie if you put all that stuff on.
All right, here, Jeff, least favorite and favorite guest star. You said you wanted to give some dirt.
All right, here's a dirt. Let me think. Gee, okay.
A lot of guest stars.
There's a lot of guest stars. Gee willikers.
And you didn't always necessarily interact with them on screen, but you may have interacted with them on set. But one that comes to mind that you were on screen with was Alex Karras.
Yes.
That big, ginormous Hulk of a man.
Yes. And he was really nice. He was, I wish I had, let's see, who was a jerk?
Yeah. Who was a jerk?
Well, let's see. Well, most of the guest stars were jerks. Let's put it this way, that way. They were all jerks. They came on, they were rude to the other actors. They were snotty. Some of them had bad gas. Some of them were just insulting just by virtue of their behavior. So all the guest stars that you see, awful, terrible people.
And we're not going to say who, but if everything goes right, we're going to be interviewing a guest star, a MASH guest star coming up for the next episode of MASH Matters. And I really hope he's not watching this. I'm going to say. All of them except him, right? They were all jerks except him.
Obviously. All of them except him.
Okay.
All of the other guest stars, the hims and the hers, because there were some her guest stars.
Right. That's right.
All jerks.
All right. There you go.
So you see the scene where Private Igor is with the corn and he's hung over to beat the band. Every time you see a guest star, you think jerk, total jerk.
So wait, does this count Rita Wilson?
Oh no, I love Rita Wilson.
Okay, all right. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No, Rita Wilson wasn't a jerk. No. And no. And Stephen will never see this, right? Wait. No, I'm not Stephen.
Tom?
Tom's never gonna see it. But Tom's a jerk because he took Rita from me. That's what happened. We were getting along fine in the officers club, dancing, singing, having a good time. But look what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about jerks.
Tom, I'm a big fan. The views of Jeff Maxwell do not necessarily match the views of MASH Matters LLC. Ryan, how can you be from Illinois and not like corn on the cob? I didn't say I didn't like corn on the cob. I just said of the two, I preferred to have it cream corn. If I was presented with the two options, I would probably take cream corn.
Does your wife make cream corn too, as well for you?
Only under duress. Only if there's absolutely no other corn available will she make.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't even know how to make cream corn. I don't know what
Igor did.
Yeah, Igor did, but he was hungover and, you know, soused all night. I don't know.
I want to show you something here. I got a couple of show and tell items since we have the video. A few things I've added to my collection as of late. Two things I wanted to show. One is I picked up a copy of Gary Berghoff's jazz album.
Oh, how fun. Oh, that's great.
I can't see it because of this.
Yeah, wow.
Camera.
That's wow.
There, I guess
there you go.
Put it in front of me. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So
I like it. Wow, how fun.
Yeah. So I have a record player, but I've never really used it. But I guess I need to. And I guess I need to try
record player.
Yes.
Record player.
It's this old timey thing.
Okay.
They used it back in the 1900s.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun to get that. Did that come from eBay or did you?
That came from eBay. Yeah.
It came from eBay.
Now this one came from a fellow MASH fan and listener, and his name is John Fisher. And John likes to collect MASH episodes on 16 millimeter film.
Oh, wow.
And then go out in like his backyard and put up a screen and watch the episodes.
Oh, how fun.
And he reached out to me, and I was able to procure this. Now I do not have a player, but I just wanted to have this because it is, I know you can see right there, it says backwards, or 20th Century Fox. It says it.
Oh, cool.
Right there. And then this is A War for All Seasons.
Oh,
which is my favorite episode.
Oh,
the one where you cream the corns and you were hungover on that.
I was hungover on that.
Right around here, I think, in the show.
Yeah, right. I think that's it.
You're hungover. But yeah, so that's kind of, I don't have a player. I don't have a projector for it. Maybe someday I will, but until then I actually have it.
How fun. Very cool. Very, very cool.
And then the last thing, this isn't one that I bought myself, but I do a fantasy NCAA fantasy draft with some guys, and one of them, his name is Brian, and he turned out to be a huge MASH fan. So he now loves the podcast. And
that's very nice.
And then Brian asked me he said, I have a couple of these. Would you like to have one? Now this is a theater program from the production of The Odd Couple that starred Jamie Farr and William Christopher. Okay.
Oh, how fun. That's great. How fun.
Really see that.
Yeah. Oh, how neat.
Okay. So this is from, and they came to a local theater to do this. This is from March 12th, 1997. I was at the show. And I didn't have a program from it. So he offered me this program. I have it. But the interesting, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. The interesting thing about this production is the show was supposed to happen March 12th, 1997. The day before that, this theater you see on the picture burned down. Burned down. Arson. It was a thing. And so they ended up moving it to another theater at the university in a different county, about 20 miles away. So the show went on, but in a completely different theater.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. So this is like the program from the show that never happened at this theater. And so I just want to thank Brian for keeping that and for offering it to me.
That is really fun. I did not know that. See, much I don't know about MASH and the shenanigans that went on after MASH. Wow, how interesting. The thing burned, and arson. They determined it was arson, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it was purposely arson or if it was accidental arson, but there was somebody who was in there and did some bad things and ended up. Yeah. But
probably
put yourself in my shoes though. I'm a huge MASH fan. I'm excuse me. One moment.
Yes, please.
See, this is the stuff I cut out of the audio podcast. 97. So I was 22 years old.
Oh.
And I'm a huge MASH fan. And I'm so pumped. I have tickets. And then you wake up that morning and find out that the theater burned down.
Oh, heartbreaking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. You go, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you it was one of those snotty guest stars that just didn't like the fact that Jamie and Bill were doing that. And they, no, I'm taking this thing down. That's what they I bet. I'm just saying. But that is really cool. That's a cool thing to have.
That is a cool thing.
That's historic. I mean, that's really
well, it's it is for me at least. You know, that's the thing is most of this stuff doesn't matter to anybody except me. But
no, it's important. It's good.
So we have Ryan. What does your family think of your love for MASH and your MASH collection? They tolerate it. They you know they say that's nice. That's nice, dear. You know, so I get to come on here and show my MASH stuff to people who truly enjoy it and appreciate it. When I show it to my family, they're like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, if it gets dull in your house, somebody out there can adopt you and you can become part of their family who will like all the MASH stuff, and they'll let you bring all that junk into their house.
Well, that will be a prerequisite for my next family.
Yeah. Ryan's next family.
Now, my family, but again, they appreciate, they know that I love it and they appreciate it, and they're very happy about the success of the podcast and all that. But nobody else watches it in my family. So,
oh wow,
I haven't been able. You know, my wife will watch it if I'm watching it and it's on, but she does not. Nobody has like binged the series.
Yeah,
because of me.
Yeah. Jill, I'm so sorry about your family.
Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah,
it's a tragic thing that you're living with. God, I don't know how to do it every day.
I just gotta be strong.
Right.
Gotta be strong.
Right.
During each season, what month did MASH start filming, and what month did you wrap for the season? It's another question I don't think we've ever received.
What month is this?
Let's see. Oh, it's April. It's April. Hey.
April. It's April. Yeah. April. What month did MASH start filming, and what?
It would air usually from like September to May, right? In that range, somewhere in there. So, but obviously you were filming it before then. So were you filming it in the middle of summer, or what? When were you?
Can we get back to you folks about this? Can we just let us?
He's got to go back in his calendar.
Yeah, I have to go. Wait, Margaret, come in here a minute.
His 1974 calendar to see.
Well, I remember some days it was really hot.
Yeah.
So it was probably in the summerish months then, and some days it was really cold, which could have meant it was winterish. So there would be summerish and winterish days.
Well, that narrows it down then.
Yeah. That would have made up the months that we were shooting the show. This was like, this is 2026. And this was how many years ago? 50 years ago, maybe?
Several, yeah.
Several years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, after a while, the brain just doesn't hang on to some of the stuff. Like what month? I couldn't tell you. I really have no idea. The phone rang. They sent me a script. I showed up. I didn't care. It was raining, snowing, hail.
I didn't pay attention to what month it was. I just showed up.
Okay, I got a job.
I wasn't paid to know the month. Let's see. This one comes from Julie Patrick, who says it's better than spending money on certain other hobbies. Your wife. Look, I do. Okay. Yeah. I spend way too much money on my hobbies.
Yeah.
But honey, we've talked about this. My hobbies still pale in comparison to some other men's hobbies that are much more expensive. I don't have like a boat or You know, I don't hunt, so I don't have, I'm not having a midlife crisis where I have to go buy a Ferrari or anything like that. So it could be worse, dear. It could be worse.
Julie, he could be out on a golf course betting and spending a lot of money on clubs and balls and things.
See? Thank you.
Yeah. And like you say, you could be out hunting, buying a lot of bullets, all those kinds of things. So, Julie, come on. You got a good thing going here. It's cheaper than so many of the other things that Brian could be running around doing. It's
okay. So our friend the MASH historian comes in again. He says, depending on the season, based on the filming schedules in the scripts, typically July through December or January is when you would film.
Thank you, Eric.
He has a ton of old scripts with the shooting schedule. So
typically July through December. Yeah, that seems, July-ish, you had your summerish days, you had your hottish days, and then December, you had your coolish days. So that would have supported actually what I said. So I wasn't completely off. You had your hottish days and your coldish days.
No, nothing in between though.
I don't remember anything.
Hot or it was cold.
It was cold. Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Jeff and Ryan simply love the big red bird with fuzzy pink feet. Well, you know what? Everybody has an opinion, even wrong ones. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the big red bird with fuzzy pink feet.
No, you're not. No. Sad.
Not a fan. No. Let's see here. I saw a question and I lost it. Where the heck is it? Speaking of April Fools and favorite guest stars, were you able to meet the late great Pat Hingle, aka Colonel Daniel Webster Tucker? And if so, is he a nice fella? Do you know Pat Hingle? Do you remember him?
Real jerk, total fool, idiot. Couldn't talk. I can't say enough bad things about him. Unbelievably offensive man. Mr. Hingle was horrible. I don't know how he made it to do anything. I mean,
right?
The guy was just, people, they'd do a scene cut and everybody would turn away from him. They'd talk, they'd shun him. Get out of here. Don't talk to us. Horrible, man.
So on top of that, are you saying that Susan St. James had gas, Jeff? Was Susan St. James gassy? Please tell me that Susan St. James wasn't gassy. She was one of my childhood crushes. I can't bear to know that she was crop dusting everybody on the set.
What I'll say is that if she was in a group and there was a group and there was gas, one couldn't tell exactly where the gas was emanating from, but she was in the group. So there was
Miss St. James. I'm a fan. If you're watching, we'd love to have you on the podcast. But I understand if you don't want to come on now. I completely
Why would she not want to come on?
I don't know. Hey, Brian says, just a reminder, if you're in the Toledo area on April 20th at 7:00, come to Tony Pacco's for the MASH Matters listening party. We talked about this on our most recent podcast, I think it was, that our friend Brian is going to be doing a listening party for MASH Matters at Tony Pacco's. So if you are in the Toledo area, please go and have a Hungarian hot dog for me and Jeff.
Yeah, please.
We're not going to be able to make it. But hopefully, again, knock on wood, as everything goes right, there will be a very special guest on that episode. So that'll be a great first episode listening party for you. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah.
Pat Hingle is going to be with us on that.
Well, he's passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Jeez.
So I don't know.
Well, good riddance, I'm telling you. What are you going to do? I'm not shedding any tears for Pat. None of the other cast members would either. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, we need to start landing this plane. So let's.
Is there a Mrs. Hingle? Do they have attorneys? Are they lawyered up?
We will be hearing from the Hingle estate. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Before we might see if we have few more questions, but there was something I wanted to play here. Let me bring it. See if I can bring it up here. Okay, so I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring this here.
Oh, you know, we can do these video things only if my hair looks good. And today I think my hair is looking good.
Your hair is looking good now. But I'm telling you, this is why we can't.
Yeah, no, there's no cutting. See, we have to, because you do a brilliant job. You produce this wonderful podcast that everybody hears. So big shout out to Ryan Patrick, who does a lot of work behind the scenes that Jeff Maxwell could not even understand. And he does he does producing, he edits and gets it up there. And so everybody can enjoy it. So we all thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for doing that.
It's a labor of love.
Yes. Thank you very
much. So this is a video that was sent to us. Excuse me. This was sent to us recently from our friend Brian, who heads up all the volunteers out at the Malibu Creek State Park at the MASH site. Now, we recently talked about a fundraiser for the camo netting, and we shared that link, and we had a great response to that, and they were able to raise enough. You all raised enough money to help replace the camo netting. So thank you for that.
Yay. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah. That's wonderful.
He sent a video. Now, if you've ever been, like this picture that's behind me, that is Malibu Creek State Park. And there you see the signpost. Now, that is not the original signpost. That is a signpost that's out there, a replica that's out there so you can take pictures with it. But as you can see, it gets worn down. I mean, I'm on the wrong side there. It gets all weathered, and it's out in the elements, so it gets worn out. So they have to replace those every so now and then. This is Brian Rooney. He says that the signposts only last about 6 years before they get too dark. So this past Saturday morning, a few folks got together and they put in a new one. And we have a video of them putting in the new one. The gentleman. So I want to make sure that everybody who is in the video is recognized. Win Tranfield, you'll see him. He's the guy in the blue shirt drilling into the signpost. No, sorry. I'm sorry. That's Win is the other female. I'm sorry. Win is the girl with the long brown hair. That's Win. That's Win. Keith Larson, blue shirt. He's the one who is operating the drill. And then our friend Kelsey Knox, her father is the one who has made these signposts through the years. And Kelsey, you and I met Kelsey at the 50th celebration out at the Malibu Creek State Ranch. She had blonde hair then, but now she has dark hair. So she has the short dark hair. And then the gentleman in the black and the dark shorts, that's our friend Dan Harrison.
All right.
Who helped here. So let me see if I can get this to work. Which one is it? No, not that one, not that one, not that one. Isn't this thrilling?
This is, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most spectacular parts of the MASH Matters podcast, brought to you by all these things that don't go right. And we can't figure out how to work on that.
See, this frustrates me because I thought I had this working earlier and now it's not.
That's all right.
Let me just pull up. I'm going to have to pull it up on this website here. I'll just have to play it from the website.
There is the Jeff Maxwell does have a time issue. Just okay, but
we'll play this and then we'll wrap up. Okay. This is only like 2 minutes, so
that's all right.
All right, let me.
By the way, Jeff Maxwell is going to be out at that ranch on April 18th.
Really?
We're having another little hoopla. They're going to show an episode, and Jeff Maxwell is going to be out there saying something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
better than I'm saying this, but yeah. Okay. Oh, look at this. All right. Let's go.
Let me, hopefully audio plays through this. Let's see. Yep, there we go.
Wow. Ah. Yay!
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yay!
It's glorious, kids.
Oh, that's beautiful. How wonderful.
You know what's funny, too? That was almost an Iwo Jima moment there.
Oh, how sweet. That's
Nice.
wonderful. That brought cockles to my heart.
Yeah, that was nice. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Thank you,
very
Brian, for sending that and letting us share that with everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, this has been fun. Thanks, Ryan and Jeff. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and joined us for this live stream. We're not going to do this every time. No, we're not going to a video podcast. We're going to continue to do the podcast, but we do enjoy getting together every now and then.
Yeah.
In place of a podcast episode to do one of these. So
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
if I can somehow get the audio off of this, I will try to upload the audio in case anybody missed it. Plus, you can go back and rewatch this on our YouTube page. But yeah, this has been fun. Thank you, Jeff, for doing this. I'm glad we were able to reschedule this and get this back on.
Me too.
Even though a lot of people didn't believe when we said we were going to do it on April 1st that this was actually a real thing, but hey, here we are.
Well, because this is, as I said, I was going to reveal everything. This is April Fool's Day, so everything I said is in question. You be the judge about whatever I said about anything.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Except that I believe this is the 50th anniversary of the Steve Jobs.
It is. Somebody did
experiment.
The MASH historian did confirm that this is the.
And 50th. I met Steve Jobs. I met Steve Jobs in an Apple store. I went in years ago. I bought a big bunch of computers to do video editing on, and I bought them and I got them, and they didn't work. And so I called the Apple store and I said, "Hey, Apple store, this is not working." And they went, "Oh, I don't care. You bought it. Goodbye." And I walked into the Apple store 2 days later to complain about it and I talked to them. And it was early morning, about 10:30. And in the middle of the room was Steve Jobs talking to a couple of people. And I walked over. I said, "Are you Steve Jobs?" "Yes, I am." I said, "Well, nice to meet you. Never met a billionaire." "Oh, well, nice to meet you too." I said, "I'm giving you a lot of money." "Oh, well, thank you very much." And so we laughed at that. And he said, "Listen, while I got you here," and I did. I took the shot. You know, how many times you get
Shoot
a
your
Steve
shot?
Jobs?
Exactly.
I said, "Mr. Jobs, here's my problem. I bought these computers, and Apple's giving me a problem, and I don't know what to do." And he said, "Okay." So I got a pen out. He wrote a guy's name and a telephone number on the piece of paper. He said, "Tomorrow morning, call this guy, and he'll fix it all." I said, "Okay." thank you very much and very nice meeting you. And I left. I never expected really anything to happen. So the next morning I call him up. Hi, Phil, this is Jeff Maxwell. And Mr. Job told me, oh yes, how are you, Mr. Maxwell? Fine. Yes, Steve told me you were going to call. Okay, we're going to send you 2 new computers. When you get them, just put the old ones in the boxes and send them back. Just put this thing in to be okay. Next day, 2 brand new computers sitting on my front porch.
That's wild.
Bang,
That's wild.
Yeah, but that was fun. That was fun to meet a guy like that and to have that happen was an amazing experience. So thank you, Mr. Jobs.
But that's why you weren't in the IBM commercials. Just saying.
That was it. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. All right, gang.
All right.
Thank you. We're an hour and 20 into this madness. Thank you again. And hey, starting tomorrow, vote on our Facebook page for your favorite Potterism. It's the big finale, the final 2 tomorrow, and we'll be crowning a winner. And we'll be back in your podcast feed, hopefully with a very special guest on the podcast. Until then, here's looking up your old address.